see it.
Looking a little bit more at the lineups, I think Centaur in this game has a really key role for the cut, just like Beastmaster does for Quincy. So what's likely to happen is that the way fights break out is that Quincy might have a vision advantage because of Beastmaster, and potentially even Hoodwink if they have like some sort of cute setup with Scurry. The way you can offset that is to save the hero with Nightmare and then reposition with Stampede and then re-go. For Quincy, they're looking at getting the kill in the Roar, if possible. So really looking at the two offlaners here to be propelling their lineups into the mid game that they need, because I think Beastmaster 10th pick is incredible in general. Like, if it's a good Beastmaster game and you get this hero last pick, I still think it's one of the absolute, like, crown jewels of offlane in this patch if played correctly and drafted well. I wouldn't put Centaur in the same category. So, yeah, really hopeful for Kazu to have a strong performance. And last game on Mars, I think he did well too. He had a lot of good initiations.
I just had an idea.
Without hesitation.
I had an idea. So, the panel talked about how Beastmaster's a really good pick this game, and Drought, they might not have as much catch as they would like necessarily. I mean, obviously Stampede is there. Aghanim Scepter Stampede now leashes. I actually forgot about this. Obviously, you can get a BKB to dispel this. And Manta is very common on Drought, but if she's already popped the Manta, this could be an interesting build later in the game, but that's a long-ass way away. Just throwing it out there just in case, you know. Broken clock is right twice a day, Cinderin.
It definitely could happen. I thought what you were going to say from Quincy is that they could be a little creative with their item builds to itemize catch, which is also something I could see here. I wouldn't mind seeing something like, I know this might be a little bit off-brand, but you could consider an Atos on the 4 Dawn. I actually think that's a build that's really interesting. The hero benefits a lot from the stats. It sets up your own combo really well. And because you're so tanky inherently, you don't necessarily need to buy an escape item. You can actually just take damage. That's one way to do it. Oh, man. God is taking a beating here.
Yeah. Milan with the hammer, and Dawnbreaker is just the stats at level 1 is absurd. How does that hit, by the way? Like, seriously. I'm not
even... sound triggered.
I can't tell if you're fake laughing.
No, I'm serious.
How does that hit?
I could just imagine. I feel like
how do you dodge it in the lane?
You have played against techies and you're upset. I can tell.
I did. It was just one game mid, and it was literally unavoidable. I don't know. Just like, all right, I guess I'm just taking 300 damage. As Milan will be hit by the third sticky napalm, if only. that could be a combination of heroes, the techies and Bat Rider someday.
Sticky boys.
Yeah.
Napalm and bombs. It's a good combination.
True.
Speaking of Atos, you could also see it on Ponlo. I think it's less likely as a 5 Hoodwink to go that route, but and to be fair, I also don't think Milan will do it. But it would be a creative way of solving something in this game, and I do think Atos has its merits against techies and Centaur. So it is a route he could take.
Like the panel talked about, Scourge McDuck playing the Wraith King.
Yep.
He has played a ton of this hero. A lot of the cast that I did was in Division 2, but he found a lot of success with this.
Yep. It was a pretty good pick in this game until the Beastmaster. I think that's a rough matchup for the hero in lane. You don't really deal with the boars particularly well. You're very susceptible to getting roared because you're just like, you're running in. You're relatively slow, and then you put the boars on him. If you get his first life, you roar the second one, he's just done. Also susceptible to Gust, in my opinion. I think that can be pretty dangerous for him. So, the good news is he has Overlom playing possibly his best hero here in the level 30 Bane. Nightmare, really good tool against Beastmaster when used correctly. So, could be an X factor in this game that Overlom is in his element.
They're seeing the pull here now, and I mean, the one lane we didn't talk about is TA in the mid lane.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. So last game, Kit did a really good job against Quinn in the beginning. I think this time around, Quinn is getting the better of him. The Quap versus TA matchup, he's sitting at 16-5 against 11-0, so 0 denies on TA. So the 5 of Quinn will be giving him level 6 first, most likely. That could lead to first blood there if we don't get it in another lane. Have to be really careful as TA, because what Quap will do in this lane is she will just relentlessly harass you if possible. Wouldn't mind seeing Quinn getting a sentry actually to just guarantee that he can land his Shadow Strikes and just keep that pressure up. Oh, Ponlo.
Bushwhack, Overlom. Looks like he is donezo. First blood goes the way of Ponlo. Set that up with a Bushwhack to start things out.
It's a hard lane for Bane. Yeah, we talked about it from Wraith King's perspective, but I really don't like playing Bane against Beastmaster in lane. You're not particularly good against the boars unless your carry really helps you. You get outranged, and you just get kited. And then you add a Hoodwink into the mix in the enemy safe lane, or rather in your own safe lane where there's just trees everywhere to get caught on.
Yeah, and he didn't even get to get like nice solo XP. I think he just got 3 creeps denied in front of him, essentially.
Yeah.
For the Wraith King. I mean, at this stage, like, at what point does Wraith King have to go into the jungle? Like, when can Beastmaster kind of just take over?
I think when Beastmaster gets Helm of the Dom
mid
or
lane,
Sticks,
Kit
hits first.
pops the Fairy Fire. Quinn not able to finish him off.
It's just scary though. Even with this Water Rune, he's going to be in kill range for the level 6 Quap.
Yeah.
And Quinn will be getting that. See, this is the question. I don't know how well Kits has kept track of this. Like, if you have the mental capacity in that lane to kind of count denies almost. So you have like a good idea of when the 6 hits, because that's the surprise level up to 6 in mid gives some key kills sometimes, and Quap is one of the perfect heroes to get that on Milan.
Yep,
some damage here.
I mean, I feel like mid laners have a decent gauge of that. I mean,
yeah.
You just feel it, even if you're not counting it necessarily. But obviously, if it's like, I mean, you can't still surprise, as you have the Brain Sap in the bot lane. Kezu actually getting forced out for now. And we can look at the respective farms of the position ones. 20 and 3 for the Wraith King, 15 and 6 for the Drow. So Wraith King, despite his partner dying, is having a little bit better of a time because Sticky Bomb doesn't miss in the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things you have to just see and play sometimes, right? Because I have a really small sample size of this techie stuff, especially in pro play, but the harassment is super annoying for Yawar in this lane.
I have seen so many crits for Scourge McDuck get cancelled because the creep dies too early, whether it's a deny or just bad timing there.
Yeah. All right, Bane will kill a boar, but immediate punish.
Yeah, Bushwhack sets it up, and immediate TP.
Oh, that's...
And now he has to do the Walk of Shame, which means Scourge McDuck is left to his own devices, and Kezu wants to chase.
I don't know if that's a good TP. Sometimes it's better to die. Like, the problem here is now this 1v2, he has no escape at all.
And there's a siege.
If he survives, he just lost like 6 or 7 CS under tower and a lot of health on it.
Right.
Because Bane TP'd away, he's just left on an island, and there is that punish Quinn with level 6.
Yeah.
Will be a trade, though, from B-God.
It will be.
That's a lot of experience.
I mean, Scourge McDuck did a good job of pulling that wave in the bot lane to make sure that the siege does end up dying. So, I mean, they could have done like half HP to that, or half HP to that tower down there while the Bane was just walking back. So yeah, mid lane looking pretty good for Quinn despite that death. Obviously, he got the XP and the better of the exchange. As Ade has his Bracer Vanguard, so can just sit back here with 3 levels of that return.
Drow doesn't do jack to this hero right now.
Yeah.
So just going to have to watch as Ade goes to town on this tower, and we'll just cut the next wave probably as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a freebie for him.
And he feels really safe too, because you know Sonic Wave will expend at mid. That's kind of the only thing that can really kill him up here right now, bar a 3 or 4 hero rotation. So I really like this aggression from him, just not giving up any space to the Drow, who has now just flat out given up and gone back to base and is going to walk into the jungle. So nice understanding of his power here on Centaur to brute force this minute 7.
Yeah, Scourge McDuck in the jungle now. I mean, his Wraith King build had just become such a cookie cutter type thing that it's almost not even worth mentioning. Very little variation in the first 2 or 3 items. Mostly
armlet, upgraded boots, and then Deso or Blink.
I miss the Radiance days, I'm not going to lie, Cinderin. But maybe I'm in the minority.
Does anyone buy that item, actually, right now? Like, literally 0 heroes buy Radiance, right?
Yeah, it's
at a pro level.
Have not seen it in a long time.
Something needs to be done for the good old Radi. It's such an iconic item, actually, in the game. Almost never see it. The problem is if you make it good on illusions, OG are going to win every tournament again, so you got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, true. All
right, I love myself some Windows. Thank you.
It looks like it's Windows 10, so I haven't quite upgraded to the new one yet.
That's a good call.
Yeah, I would agree with that. As Sticky Bomb is placed and will help bring down Milan. Kits gets credit for that one. And Quinn hasn't really made a rotation as of yet. Has the Sonic Wave back up, though. And obviously has this Shadow Strike to be able to take off Refraction pretty much anytime he wants. As we saw that Beastmaster now has the Helm of the Dom.
This tower bottom is gone. The question is when. Scourge is going to try to hold it with Bane, but you need to be careful here because if you defend this tower too heavily with the lineup you're facing, you're actually giving Quap a massive moment of opportunity. If you start placing like 3 heroes down here, Quap will want to rotate and just kill you all. And I like this from Scourge. Just get out of there.
Ooh.
Like you're.
Oh my god, that would have been terrible for him. Bushwhack just barely not in time.
I would say, personally, I'm probably one of the players that tries the most to defend my safe lane tower, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. This is one of those situations where even I will just be like, no. Like, you're just not holding this against a Beastmaster with Helm of the Dom, a Quap that can rotate with Sonic ready. With the lineup that you have, you're better off just calling it a loss. And you got the enemy safe lane tower earlier, so you have the space on the map to go somewhere else, and Scourge immediately goes up there on the Wraith King, and I think this is the right call. TA is farming the Triangle Ancient stack, so there's space up there for Wraith King to claim, and very clearly the Cut have some good experience with what to do in this situation with their kind of lineup.
Yeah,
Don't force fights, you can't win.
They're off to a good start. Centaur has kind of dominated the top lane and now into the jungle to some degree. He has the max levels of return, so that just means his farm is going to be as good as it can be for a Centaur at this stage of the game.
Sticky bomb. How does it land?
That's right.
It's unbelievable.
How does it land with a blast off to follow up? But sadly, for the Cut, they can't actually finish the job. Milan gets nightmared. Canceled though. Hoodwink. Looks like the sticky bomb will connect. It landed because he was a stationary target, and there's the Stampede to get away. But now Milan, they're going to turn this around on him. That's going to be 2 kills in favor of the Cut. But the roar into the Sonic Wave, that is a TA dead, and Ade, the tanky, basically unkillable Centaur, is finally brought to his knees. Overlord. Oh, just barely TP's out in time. So it's a 2 for 2, but 2 cores dead for the Cut.
And there's a siege creep wave mid, and Beastmaster's here with his Dom. So this tower
is
gonna take Helm of the Dom.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, Shannon.
I'm a child.
Yes. You know what? I can appreciate that. I think staying mentally young is the strength. I even as I get older, I still feel 18. And that is what matters.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That is a real problem. Is Centaur already brought down to half HP, and they're just going to right-click him down from afar. But the jump in onto the Drow Ranger, looks like Centaur's actually going to live, and the turnaround for the Cut, beautifully done. Yawar takes a tumble. Kezu, another sticky bomb connects Cinder and has not missed all game. But Kezu will live through this engagement, but the Techies shall not.
Big for the Cut that Centaur gets out of
Oh,
there,
nice ult. Ponlo using it to traverse terrain.
Yep.
And he's going to live as a result.
It looked like it was close to Sideblades actually connecting there. I think he would have survived 1 hit, though. Okay, just in case you guys are unaware what phase boots do, that was a little bit of a toolbox for you there, or that's not what that's called.
Toolbox? Wow, is that a new Windows
that was the wrong word.
11 feature?
Info box. They implement that in Windows 11, yeah.
Cortana. Does anybody use that, by the way? Cortana, what are phase boots?
That would be a nice feature for us to have with production. Just like look up random stuff.
You know, I was actually thinking in Dota.
Cortana, show me a picture of a tomato.
In Dota, it would be nice to have voice activation to queue up items. Like, Gaben, add phase boots to my quick buy. Like that feels like that's possible
honestly,
to do.
Honestly, would be kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to use my fingers. Quality of life, Val.
Allied Faceless Void, use Chronosphere away from me.
Hey, that's going to be good for mobile. That means you don't have to do anything. That's mobile Dota. Play Dota for me. So
that's how you play on the Steam Deck. You just talk to it.
That would be nice, yeah. Armlet now online for the Wraith King, and there's the Blink Dagger for Centaur. So my question is, what is his itemization after this? Obviously going to start ramping things up now as a result of this item. But is he a shard buyer? Like right away a shard buyer? It is good. I don't know if it's like 15-minute, gotta get it kind of good.
I don't know how good it is this game either, because I feel like you're gonna get kited.
Yeah.
I like BKB or Ags.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about the Ags. Like I don't play Centaur very much, and I don't see it very much lately, so it's not.
I mean, keep in mind the leash is the big addition, but it did get nerfed. It only does, I think, 30% damage reduction.
But it also increases the duration of Stampede by 1 second, which is pretty nice, right? So I could see that being a thing. Yeah, that or BKB. You could also get Lotus Orb. It is a great item against Beastmaster. And against the Drow, you have a way of removing Gust, so you can Stampede. So maybe that would be good.
Quinn is going to get set up with that Bushwhack. Pops the Stampede, though, but the Sharpshooter will connect. 360 no-scope for Ponlo. Gets hit by a sticky bomb, yet to miss, by the way, all game long.
B-God is just that good.
Yeah, I guess so.
Unlike B-Dog.
Yawar using that neutral item to a high degree. Gets off the multi-shot, but Kits is going to be able to walk away. Love it when carries use like the horsey to get off an initiation. It's always really cool. It's the new pig pull.
Do you like that item?
I do. I think it's very good.
That was not the question.
Do I like the item? Yes.
Do you like the design? Do you like that heroes get this little jump?
Yes. It's cool.
I think it's really good. I don't know if I'm a fan of the design, but it is a really good item.
I already knew this. I could tell you if you go through the entire list of items in Dota, or neutrals. I'll tell you which ones you like and don't like. It's very easy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. You want to start?
No. We have a game.
Empty threats, my favorite.
We'll wait for TI mainstay to do that. Quincy crew up 1K now as Kezu has a little army of creeps. Overlom. Oh, nice Nightmare to cancel that Starbreaker.
Though.
Yep. Wraith King focusing on the Satyr. Sharpshooter incoming, but he'll dodge it. And now they're going to turn things around onto Beastmaster, and there's that sticky bomb. B-God is a god indeed. Milan used that ult to come in, but is just going to drop dead with another right click. No miss from Kits.
It does identify that there is a Radiant Ward here because that shot was uphill, but unfortunately if they go and try to find this ward, it will have expired in 10 seconds. So not really particularly useful information any longer. Yep.
Yeah, Quinn now has the Kaya. Pretty close to finishing the full-out Sange Kaya as Kits. What's happened to Tia? I haven't seen her as much lately, but when the patch began, she was kind of the... I mean, it's basically just like last patch. She's picked like every single game. I've seen the Sharpshooter.
Oh.
Yep. Couple right clicks. There's the blast off. He's going to live until the tower kills him.
Yeah, reactive taser does not work on towers.
That would be something.
What do you say in English?
Jinx.
Jinx again. Got him.
You know, when you say jinx, you're not allowed to talk.
You know, we have to finish each other's... Would you want to solo cast this? Horses. Yes. That's very wrong to
Actually, that's true. We're in Sweden, so reindeer.
No. Okay. Smoke from the cut. Overlom and Ade are looking for Yawar. If they
this
find
would be a huge kill. Yawar, hoof stomp, double edge into the grip just to ensure that he does not get away. Pon a little bit too late to the party.
They should count themselves lucky that they found him in half health. If he has 2/3, he actually doesn't die.
Yeah,
the reinforcements arrive in time, but...
Yeah, Kezu cancels the Nightmare, trying to chase Overlom. Quinn's going to be their Sharpshooter as well. It's going to be an easy cleanup, but again, Yawar is the one that dies, and the cut will be very happy with that exchange. As Milan now getting chased in the tree line, but doesn't look like Scourge wants to go any further. He's going to be going for Blink as well, so they're going to have double Blink on cores. It's going to align with what on TA? I assume the Deso, what? No, he's just going BKB, actually. Okay.
Is he actually getting BKB first?
Looks like it. So I believe he has a Mithril Hammer on it. Yeah, it's in his inventory.
The thing that's a little bit awkward about this is you're playing TA and Wraith King together, right? One of them wants to buy Deso, and the other one will not do it because the other one does. So now if Wraith King goes Dagger and TA goes BKB, they will effectively not have the Deso that they want for Roche, and that they want to set each other up for success with that massive physical damage increase. So I don't think I like this. I actually think the TA should buy the Deso here, and that they should play protective around her with the Bane, with the Centaur, and that way they can find kills and get Roche with their Wraith King.
Now,
this is slowing them down quite a bit, in my opinion.
He still could change his mind.
He could. Definitely could.
We'll finish that in about 800 gold.
He already did 2 build-up items, right? By going Dragonlance and Dagger. I don't know. If you're
that's true. You can take apart the Dragonlance, right? For the BKB. So if he's going to do that, then 400 gold from BKB. Oh, hoof stomp onto 2. Beautifully done from Ade, followed up by B-God himself, and the sticky bomb connects again. Milan ulting on top of himself, essentially. And it's going to end up working out for them as there's the roar into the Wraith King, along with a Sharpshooter. That's life number 1. Do they have enough to take him out again? Doesn't look like it. Blinks out.
That is a pretty clean disengage. They end up trading a Wraith King ult for Dawn ult and Roar. Not too bad. I guess they also use Stampede themselves, but...
That's a very low cooldown.
That was a pretty deep dive, and the fact that they got out alive from that, I think they should be pretty satisfied.
You can see Beastmaster, Helm of the Overlord, a very fast one, in fact, at 18.5 minutes.
Such a strong item.
Yawar with the Dragonlance Yasha.
Oh, they found the Frenzy creep as well. So the amount of attack speed that this Drow or Quap is going to have will be insane.
How long does that buff last, though, the Frenzy?
I think it's like 10 seconds or something. 8.
Is it 10? Oh, wow, 8?
So you're going to have Frenzy for 8 seconds, you're going to have Beastmaster Aura, and you're going to have Drow ult.
That's pretty dirty.
Pretty significant.
Pretty disgusting, some would say. But the game, very even. And, I mean, based on that alone, I would think the Cut will be happy with this since they are the underdogs. But in terms of just the hero matchup, what lineup would you rather be right now?
I kind of like Radiant right now. I find it a little bit tricky for Dawn to find massive impact in this game right now.
Gets off the hoof stomp onto Quinn, it looks like. Gets dropped immediately. No buyback for him as Milan looks to be next on the list. Multi-shot, doing a lot of damage. He's only going to take out the techies, though. And there's the double kill for Scourge. Stampede is used to try to find Ponlo. Gets off the sharpshooter to get a little bit of disconnection, but the Wraithfire Blast into the right clicks from Kitsu.
And it looks Kitsu? Like is that Ritsu's long-lost brother playing TA?
God, I hate you. I would hope not.
It also sounds like an anime protagonist.
Kitsu! Into the Roche pit they go.
Massive value out of that DD. I really like that play from the Kit to go for that. And they're going to grab
I like Kitsu. That's a good name, though.
Grab the Aegis on the TA, level 18.
Yeah.
And she has really massive attack range. Keep that in mind. There's both the Dragonlance as well as the Grove Bow. The Deso is coming up probably in a few minutes while they still have the Aegis. That's going to be a huge power play for them. And here's my concern for Quincy. Like, I'm looking at the Dawnbreaker quite a bit in how it works with their lineup. They have a couple of setup stuns. They have Roar and they have the Hoodwink Bushwhack. But when it comes to counter-engaging, Dawnbreaker likes to save heroes and turn the fights around. But when you're playing against insane, overwhelming single-target burst, the save is too slow. And in this game, it's a TA with Deso and a Wraith King, both with daggers and blast off. If any of their cores get caught, you saw the Quap there. Like, you're just gone. Like, Dawnbreaker can't save at all here until she has Ags. And that is far away with Milan going for a build-up drum first.
Yep, Quincy Crew. I mean, last game started off relatively even. Kind of a bit of a back and forth. But Quincy Crew ended up taking that over to a large extent. But this game, a little bit different start. I mean, of course, you talked about it, but the Cut, just a couple pickoffs, and they can go get Roche anytime they want. They have a god-tier Roche team as Quinn. All right, this will be the Aegis if they're able to take out Kits. Pops the BKB. He's going to use the Aegis, though.
Not good.
He does have Blink Dagger.
Donald instant cancel.
I believe he's facing away. Stampede to try to save him as Overlom gets off the Fiend's Grip, but it's just going to cost him his life. He's trying to save Kits, but Kits is just going to get dropped. Shadow Strike makes him very low, and they're going to find him in the end. Double kill for Quinn. This fight is amazing for Quincy Crew, at least at the beginning, as Ade looks to be next as well, and Wraith King still has his second life, but he's going to be completely surrounded. And Scourge McDuck attempting to TP out will be successful. Another very close TP for the Cut.
Yeah, and all of that is just TA using BKB on her first life and then dropping immediately means she doesn't have the BKB TP out after. And they try to help her, and it costs them their Stampede, their Fiend's Grip, and 2 or 3 heroes, and she still dies. So I guess the silver lining there is that you do save your Wraith King, but that was a pretty crucial mistake. They had a power play. If they played tighter and worked together there, that would have been a lot better. But they were doing 2 simultaneous plays. They were pushing mid, and then they had 2 heroes ganking the Dawn top, which was successful, so she didn't connect on mid. But essentially they got outnumbered 4v3 on mid instead. It really punished them. Generally, if you take a 2v1 somewhere and a 3v4 the other place, the 3v4 fight will, be more important. And you're going to see it here, right? So if you look at the minimap bottom left, you have Wraith King as well as Centaur top killing the Dawnbreaker. And that results in this 4v3 here when Kezo TP's in. It's a 3v3 for starters, but he's going to connect here. And now you're caught in this really awkward spot where you're just flat out mega outnumbered. And while your team connects and then tries to help you, you've already lost TA here, right? Like, this fight is over. And now it's help at Buddy Syndrome. Centaur tries to come in and help. He gets killed. Wraith King tries to come in and help. He gets killed. Fortunately, gets out. But sometimes you just got to cut your losses. Like, that was just a mess up from the TA.
I mean, we've all experienced this domino effect.
Yeah. It's super common in Dota.
Yeah.
And the reason it's so common is that a lot of the time, it's really difficult to make the right read. It's like, hey, guys, come on. We have Aegis. We can fight this, right? I have a second life.
Oh, I thought it was to avoid flame from your teammates.
Oh, that's impossible. Like, you might as well give up on that one.
True.
You could do what some pub players do and mute all communication, and those are my least favorite teammates because they don't listen to your calls all game. Because they don't hear anything.
That's right. How many clicks does that take these days?
Literally just counteract every move you're trying to make. It's awful.
Well, Kit's 600 away from getting Death. I mean, both Wraith King and TA have gone for, I mean, we've already talked about this. I mean, I guess it's an offensive build, but without the damage, right? Which is kind of a strange combination. You think they would try to work off of each other a little bit better.
I don't think Wraith King should have bought a BKB here. I found myself criticizing item builds relatively little today, but I think this one just misses the mark for me. I think Deso, TA, and Wraith King with another damage item could have really ramped up the advantage that they were building. Essentially, if you look at how much net worth have gone into these items, right, they have 4K net worth in daggers, and then they have 8K net worth in BKBs. So 12,000 of the net worth gives almost 0 stats. And that means when they use these BKBs, they need to find key kills, or they're going to run out of steam against the enemy team. And what happened last time was, well, they pop their BKBs, they don't kill the enemy team, and then Drow just kills them both because she has stat items. And she's just stronger with her Pike Manta. So really got to be careful that now that they have gone this route, if they're going to end up farming, it just sucks, right?
Right.
Like then you bought 8,000 gold of BKB with garbage stats for hitting creeps. So that window really was missed, and that's unfortunate for the cut, because this was looking really good for them. And now it's more or less equalized. You look at the net worth expectancy here. They were sitting at about 70% a moment ago, and now they're down to about 40.
Now, well, Kit finally has a damage item like we talked about with the Desolator.
Yeah, it's going to help.
And Scourge is going to go for AC, so obviously can't go for Deso, but that is obviously going to be minus armor, in addition to being able to right-click a little bit faster. And, I mean, still has a defensive capability to it. I'm not sure if that... I mean, are you fine with that one?
With which one, sorry?
The AC is going to be the next item for Wraith King.
Yeah, I actually would have liked him to buy that before BKB. I think that would have been really good, because you're playing against an enemy lineup that has this Drow with, well, you know, I know she has
that
the
plus armor.
I know she has the piercing attacks, but you just want to ramp up your burst potential between you and TA when you go in, and have that extra tankiness just in general. AC is a good item this game. So yeah, I definitely would have liked that before the BKB. I do think they both have to get it eventually, but yeah, it's good.
All right, on the other side for Quincy Crew, some item progression. We have Mr. Quinn himself with a full Shivas and a Shard, by the way.
Yeah,
God, I love this Shard so much.
Shiva is amazing this game for his team. It's so good.
And then for Yawar, he has the Manta and full Hurricane Pike, and he's going for Lincoln, so a pretty defensive build for him as well. But obviously, if you're looking at Quinn's build, it's more offensive for the most part.
I'm a little bit worried about the Lincolns being exploitable by both Centaur and Techies, right? If he gets jumped by either of those, the Lincolns isn't going to do anything, and he's just going to get blown up. He's playing with no save except Dawn. Okay, Dawn has Ags now, so that's big. There's actually an insane timing for Quincy right now. They got so many important things coming together. The Shivas on Quap, like you said. The Ags on Dawn. And Drow has 2 key items. Beastmaster with...
Did you say Techies is going to abuse the Lincolns? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Blast Off is an AoE stun, so Lincolns doesn't do anything.
Oh, I thought you talked about taking off the Lincolns.
No. He can't take it off, but it's more that these 2 heroes together, Centaur and Techies, have like a combined 5 seconds of AoE stun, right?
Right. Okay.
So the Lincolns won't help, whereas a BKB will protect her.
And if Centaur's initiating, the double edge is an easy Lincoln's breaker anyway, right?
Yeah, that's true. He went dagger now. That's a nice choice, I think. I really like that here from Yawar. I think it's better, and I think he might end up second guessing his Lincolns eventually as well. I don't know if it's really going to be that good.
Let's see if he ends up going Swift Blink a little bit later as well. As the triangle being populated right now by the cut, as they can see the Triceratops is below. And I highly doubt that they're going to go uphill right away. Constant D-warding. Hey, he missed! Oh, that was for vision?
He threw it literally on top of his ally. I don't think it gave much vision.
He hasn't missed yet, so he's just making sure. As there's the roar to start things out. Centaur gets melted. My goodness.
Baited by the Arcane Rune.
My goodness. Quinn, there's the sticky bomb. Applied to enemies, it's a little bit better. And they're going to get a double kill. Yawar going on the front line here. That's the dead tech. He buys back into the game. Sonic Wave onto several heroes. Solar Guardian is there as well. Scourge McDuck. The BKB really not doing that much. Still dies, but blinks out to safety. Feels like he didn't really accomplish much with that BKB charge. It's a triple kill from Yawar.
He's getting hard countered by the Dawn Ags. He just can't hit anything.
Oh, I didn't realize he had Ags.
Yeah. The evasion is insane.
Yeah,
60%.
Sick.
You just can't really do anything for the entirety of that ult, and they have no way of repositioning the heroes. That's why it's so important that they hit the timing they had earlier, right? Where if they buy these damage items on Tia and Wraith King and they just take initiative and play really aggressive on the map, while Dawn is sitting on just a drum, I think the Cut had their chance in this game to really pull ahead, and now it's starting to get very difficult.
Yep.
Just gonna start losing here on experience. It feels like kind of similar to last game, you know? They put up this really good fight. They have good laning mechanics. They have good picks, at least for themselves, right? Like, I'm not going to say in this meta whether their lineup is amazing or not, but I see the logic. And then when it comes to this mid-late game situation, Quincy are just a level above in itemization and in playing tight.
Yeah, I mean, the panel did kind of talk about how Quincy Crew this season, their lane, I shouldn't say even this season, it's the last season with this lineup in general, the laning stage hasn't been the best part about them.
It's mainly been Quinn who's been very strong in lane.
Quinn has been, I mean, yeah, that's nothing.
I think the other players, that's not their forte, I would agree. They're stable, but they're not like S-tier laners.
Right.
I would agree with that.
So 7K lead now out of nowhere for Quincy Crew. And Roshan is going to respawn in just over a minute. What is this? What is that ability? Ice Fire Bomb. I don't even remember what this does.
It's
Blue Flame.
It deals damage, and you can throw it on buildings to deal a symbolic amount of damage.
Symbolic.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
How much is it? Deals damage to buildings.
50 damage per second for 8 seconds, but 25% of that is
100 damage on a 30-second cooldown. It's something. It's not great.
It's a creep. What do you expect? I mean,
I don't know. I expect you to show up with a Dark Troll, press one button for rally, and then take the tower in 3 seconds.
That's true. There's quite the discrepancy between those guys. But the difference is that is a veteran, right? The troll creep. So he was in need of a buff, while this new creep, he's the new kid on the block. He's a rookie.
He's ancient. His name says Ancient Ice Shaman.
He's a rookie, though.
He probably forgot how to fight. He's just got this random grenade in his hand. I guess I'll throw this.
Just too old.
The good thing about him is he has the biggest stick in the game, though. That is an enormous walking stick he has.
Yeah, but it's not the size
That's Queen of Pain.
Here,
that is not the creep. She does not have a very big stick. She has a little dagger. All right. Well, I understand the observers don't want to listen to us. I think a lot of people have checked out already when we start talking gibberish. Look, there it is.
There we go.
What would you call that weapon? It looks like the thing you use for herding sheep. What's that called?
Oh, boy. I know the name. If I hear it, I'll know it. But
It is what it is, right?
It looks like it, yeah.
Is that called a...
That's got to be the ugliest face in Dota now, right?
Overtaking the Black Dragon?
Yeah. The Black Dragon, it looked like goofy, though. Like,
yeah,
it had...
That's true.
Something about it is very nostalgic. This one is just beyond hideous. Like, this could be the husband of Medusa, for example, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Medusa is ugly at all times, which is very weird. I never understood that one. That bothered me quite a bit for quite some time.
That's true. It's actually very lore unfriendly that she doesn't look pretty until...
Yeah, see, there's Goofy. I like this face. That's very endearing. This one only a mother could love. Like, that is Jesus. Get that off my screen. Just awful. What's your crew? Still mount... I mean...
Considering it is the ancient Ice Shaman, I think the mother is no longer around, unfortunately.
Most likely. I mean, since we've been talking about absolutely nothing, Quincy Crew has gained 2K lead on top of their 7. So they're doing a very good job of efficiently farming the map.
It is difficult for the Cut to move around and farm confidently. They are, like we talked about, strategically largely going to be playing under a vision disadvantage against Beastmaster. And they are worried based on how the last fight went. So I understand they're trying to play safe. They also have to deal with this, that Milan can just go and push a side lane and connect with ult. And Overlum is hoping to force some TP reaction here as he's baiting that he will grip, but Quincy don't care.
They do not care. Scourge McDuck seemingly alone. Centaur's on the other side, and he is melting again. And you can see Scourge McDuck has to pop the BKB. Centaur buys back just to use Stampede. Will they get anything out of this? Quinn getting stunned, but there is the Solar Guardian, and the Primal Roar on top of Wraith King will be his end. 78 seconds on the deck. Sonic Wave to finish the fight in style, but a triple kill for Yawar. And he is just ecstatic with this play.
They do not
Quincy
have
crew.
any solution for this Dawn-X. They have no MKBs. GG.
GG is called. Wow.
It's over.
Okay. Well, that is a 14K lead for Quincy crew, and this was a shellacking, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, again, I kind of feel like...
After the laning stage, it was a shellacking.